everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Football Huddle. Jace, LeJeune alongside one of our beat writers, Connor Pedersen. And Connor, we have to say this first. Only one stepped up to the plate. That's right, I'm talking to all those beat writers out there. So Connor really gets a gold star today because he's the only one that decided to step up to the plate and say, hey Jace, I got your back. I'll come on the show with you. So that's why Louisiana and Mississippi are the best two states when it comes to football, right Connor?
That's right.
Well Connor, I know you were with us the last week as well at Southern, 7-on-7 tournament. It was a really productive one. We got a whole lot of interviews done. You guys can go to YouTube and check out all of them. I know you did a lot of them. Jose did a lot of them. Brand did a lot of them. Nick, Bailey. So it was really an opportunity for a lot of us to get a lot of interviews in. So give me your original thoughts on just that weekend in general.
I think it was just a lot of really high quality competition that was going on there. There was a lot of young talent, and it was just a good platform for these young athletes to just come out and show what they're made of.
Yeah, we'll get into Mississippi in a little bit, but before we do that, we have to thank all of our sponsors here that really help us with shows like this, right? The Football Huddle. First of all, I want to give a big shout out to the Mississippi State Guard. If you're in Mississippi and you're interested in joining the Mississippi State Guard, make sure to go to their website at www.msstateguard.org. Also want to thank Terrence and Ultimate Apparel, providing like the best drip in the game, right? That's like the new word nowadays. And so you go to www.ultimateapparel.com for if you're part of a team, want to get some gear for your team. Make sure to hook up with Terrence and he'll hook you up. And then finally, the Johnson Law Group. Appreciate Mr. Willie Johnson Jr., who was actually one of the best trial lawyers out there. Handles catastrophic injuries, civil litigation, 18-wheeler vehicle wrecks. I mean, it happens to the best of us. So if you ever get in that predicament, make sure to contact the Johnson Law Group led by Mr. Willie Johnson Jr. You can give him a call at 225-717-7070. That is 225-717-7070. Excellence in hope in action is their motto. So we got that out the way, Connor. Now let's talk about some football, right? So Mississippi, it's been really a good off-season, a lot of stuff going on, and you got some content here for us, for our Gridiron football watchers out there. So what's going on in the state of Mississippi?
Yeah, so right now we have two programs I'm going to highlight here, both of them in the Gulf Coast area. We're going to start off with Hancock High School out of Hancock County, Mississippi. They're coached by head coach Neil Lawler, who's coming into his 7th season as the head coach for Hancock. And he likes to say that they're a bunch of old school players and that they're really tough, gritty, and that they're just going to play through the whistle and play hard. They're coming off a 6-6 season with a playoff berth. So this was their 7th time in program history making the playoffs. So that's a pretty big accomplishment, making that. They're going to continue in the 6A division in Mississippi State high school football. And their philosophy is really just building toughness and making smart players who are going to practice and play, and then that's going to translate the right way onto the field, and that's their goal. They've got a good coaching staff that they've assembled, and they've been sticking to them and really trusting all the coaches in their spots to make the right decisions. Offensively, they're going to be running a physical gun tee formation. They want to run the ball. They will have a wing back in most sets, and then they can pass out of it, but they'll move to spread also. Coach Lawler likes to say that their system really fits their players, and they take advantage of that. And then defensively, they're going to run a 4-3. They're multiple out of most sets. But they're always going to change based off of the offensive formation and what looks they're getting. And then they have a few hybrid guys that can move in and out and play different positions. So a few players that we can highlight here are, first off, class of 2024 quarterback Dylan Moran. He's number 12. He's a returning starter, but he split time as a sophomore. And he's 6'3", 185 pounds, so he's a big kid. And he has a very strong arm. He can read defense as well. And he is really just handles the responsibility of being the leader out on the field very well, and he takes that task on. Then we have a linebacker and running back, Jeffrey Hopgood, who is their wing back that they run out of. He's a 3-year varsity starter, class of 2024. He led the team in tackles for the last 2 years. So, he's been all over the field. He's 5'8", 195 pounds, so he's a stocky guy. He's a leader on that defense. He's been first team all-district for the last 2 seasons. And he's really that heart and soul of the defense when they line up, and he lines others up and really just is a spark plug on that defensive side of the ball. Then we have a running back, Zachary Galung, who rushed for 1,400 yards and had 13 total touchdowns last year. So he had a pretty successful season last year. Another real stocky kid, 5'7", 190 pounds.
Okay.
So he's the strongest kid in the weight room, according to Coach Lawler. And that doesn't really surprise you if you look at the stature there.
Mm-hmm.
He gets stronger as the game progresses, which is something that you always want. You want your guys to be able to, really succeed when it comes down to that fourth quarter in crunch time. And he was also first team all-district last season. So that's all that we have for Hancock High School.
Okay.
And then we're going to be moving somewhere to the east or the west in the Gulf. I'm not sure exactly which way, but we're going to Gulfport High School. And so they're coming in as, they've been a really consistent winner in the 7A division for the last Region 4 for the last few years. They have a new head coach this season, Blake Pennick, who is not a stranger to this area. He has been the head coach at Ocean Springs, at Pass Christian. He even coached at Southern Miss for a little bit. So, he's a very credible and a qualified coach, and he's really excited to be coming to this program and taking them to that next level. His philosophy that he says about, instead of just wins and losses on the field is really coming down to teaching accountability, building young athletes, and creating quality community members that are going on and off the field. And, that's what, generally that's what most coaches are saying. It's something along those lines, and that's good because they're really just trying to mold the next generation for society. So we got some good coaches that are all doing some really good things. Offensively, Gulfport is going to be running a very high-tempo offense. They're going to be going no huddle out of the spread, and they're going to be running a lot of heavy inside zones out of the spread, and then when they're passing the ball, they're getting vertical, and that's their goal. Defensively, they run a 3-man front, and they're just going to come after you with good angles and just tackle well. That's going to be a number one priority for them, is just making sure that we're tackling. Okay, and so some players that we're going to go after here. We have a 6'3", 295-pound nose tackle, Kai McClendon. He has some really big expectations for next season. He's been having a really great offseason. And, it's been good for Coach Pennick because he's coming in, and it's his first year. But, having the ability to come in during the offseason, and he got hired at a decent time where he still has that he still really has had most of the spring. He's going to have all summer. So, he gets to create a good bond and relationship with the players early, and that's important. So he's really taken notice from Kai, and he's got some good expectations coming up. And then we have 2 cover corners. They're both about 6 feet tall. We have Damon Felder and Prince Cottonhand.
Okay.
They're cover corners, and they're shut down, and they can run with anybody. They're very, very fast, and they're just complete cornerbacks. They're the lockdown guys that you want defending those, number 1 and 2 receivers on the defense. We have a new quarterback for Gulfport this year. It's going to be his first year at quarterback. Nico Williams. He's 6'5", 200 pounds. Wow. He runs a 4.5 40 as well, so the kid can move. And he's played other positions for the last 2 seasons on the Gulfport team, but this is going to be his first season moving into that quarterback position. So we're going to keep our eye on him because, it's not easy to make that transition over. But Coach Pennick seems very, very adamant, and he's confident that he can make that switch. So hopefully there's some big things coming out from Nico. Then we have a wide receiver who is really the captain of the offense, and he is the returning leading receiver for Gulfport, and that's Cam Joseph. And so we just had a call with him last night, so we should have a Diamond in the Rough coming out on cam. So look out for that. And then lastly, we have Isaiah Morgan, who there was also a recent Diamond in the Rough that just came out on. He's a 3-year starter, so he's been through it all with Gulfport so far. He's 6'2", 290 pounds, and he's a center, but he made sure to let me know that he can play any position on my offensive line. So they've got some real good talent out of here, and Mississippi's looking on the up and up. So,
yeah. Plenty of talent. I mean, just look at those two teams, and it's crazy that it's like two different philosophies too that you're talking about with both programs.
Some of them want to run the ball, some of them want to pass that ball and keep it moving.
Right. I mean, from different looks. So so Connor, you mentioned that you had some Diamond in the Roughs from those players, and actually got more coming up from those teams too. So in order to check out your content, where they should go.
Yeah, so you just go on to gridironfootballusa.com, and then you can just put Connor Pedersen next to that, and it'll show all my articles that I've put out throughout the year so far.
Yeah, you put up a lot of really good articles. Connor does a really good job of posting articles for the state of Mississippi. You and Bailey cover that state, and you'll do an excellent job with that. But we have beat writers pretty much all over, south of the United States, southern United States. So we have Louisiana. I'm one of the 3 guys that cover Louisiana, Texas, Mississippi, and Alabama. And just a little plug too, I got a school spotlight coming up on Catholic High. Just went to Catholic High the other week to invite some players to the bowl games. So 3 players were invited to the bowl game. So check that out. That was a couple weeks ago. Also have a recap of the 7-on-7 tournament that we went to at Southern University, and it includes all of the 120 interviews that we did.
Yeah, it was nonstop, but it's good. We're trying to give them as much spotlight as we can, so it was a good platform to do that.
Yeah, there's a lot of things going on, so make sure to go to gridironfootballusa.com. We have 9 articles every single day. You have Mississippi content, Louisiana content, Texas, Alabama, and you also have some LSU content, because guess what? The spring game's actually going to be next week. So you're going to have a lot of coverage from the LSU spring game. We'll talk a lot about that. The draft is coming up too. We'll have a lot of draft coverage coming up. So make sure to check all that out at gridironfootballusa.com. And then finally, if you're a player that's actually watching this show, and in fact, even some of the players that you talked about in Mississippi, well, we're going to be on the road again, because next Saturday is our next Gridiron Football Elite Camp. So if you are interested, you want to be mentioned on shows like Connor just mentioned, or you want to be on our website, you want to have a Diamond in the Rough, you want to get invited to our bowl game, you want all those opportunities, you want to be in our magazine, well, come to our next camp and get some exposure from Gridiron Football. We're going to be at Rayville High School in Rayville, Louisiana, so make sure you come, get registered, and come to Rayville next Saturday morning. So we'll have actually more information on that. Myself and Andy Bryson are going to talk more about that camp and what to expect. So make sure to check out that show. About Monday, we'll shoot a show promoting the camp coming up. Connor, is there anything else you want to talk about? Anything you want to plug or promote that may be coming up for Gridiron Football from you?
Yeah, I mean, if you are in the Mississippi area and you want a school spotlight or anything done, let me know. Bailey and I have been adamantly finding coaches who are, wanting to, expose their program to us and to the online world, and so we're always willing to do anything for you guys just to help you guys promote your players. So if that's something that you want, just let us know. And then, this camp that we have coming up next weekend, I just want to really kind of tune back in on. It's a great opportunity in order for you to get your foot in the door, especially with us. And, we are really hard hitters when it comes to, once we find you, then we're gonna promote you as much as we can. So this is the best first step for you, is to come to these things. So we're looking for as many new faces as we can see, and we're excited for next weekend.
Yeah, and then also the email campaign too that we've been doing here at Gridiron Football. And speaking of promoting kids and promoting opportunity schools, kids, this is the best way to do it. We have an email campaign that we send out twice a week, earlier in the week, one later in the week. And if you actually signed up, you go to the bottom of our website, gridironfootballusa.com. You can actually sign up for that email campaign. In fact, some of our more recent email campaigns, we just did an update to the website. You actually can find our last couple of emails that we send out at the top of the website. So you go to gridironfootballusa.com. You can check out all that. We send that to colleges all over the country. I believe close to about 5,000 college coaches we actually send it to. So we have a lot of good stuff. And we make sure to put like 30 to 40 Dime in the Roughs that we've run in the past and school spotlights that we've run in the past. So that way, even though that we may have a Dime in the Rough a semester ago or like a couple months ago, we're still promoting that content. So make sure to go to gridironfootballusa.com. We got something for everything for you. All right, so we're going to wrap it up. So we're going to, of course, promote our sponsors and everything that they do. Ultimate Apparel. You want to get some good gear for your team. If you're a team that's trying to get some really good, nice gear, make sure to go to www.ultimateapparel.com. If you live in the state of Mississippi and want to get involved with the Mississippi State Guard, they're huge supporters of what we do. I've seen the Mississippi State Guard really watching the live stream and commenting in the comment section as well. But go to msstateguard.org. And then finally, Mr. Willie Johnson Jr. and the Johnson Law Group. Excellence and hope and action is their motto, and that's what they try to live up to. When it terms of catastrophes, injuries, civil litigation, 18-wheelers, vehicle accidents, they cover it all. So you happen to go in any of those predicaments, make sure to give Mr. Willie Johnson Jr. a call at 225-717-7070. Well, Connor's been fun, an excellent job, and I mean this is gonna be like in your face to everybody else because like I'm the lone guy out here that's willing to come on a Friday with Jace and talk some football. So, any message out to those beat writers that missed their chance today, Connor? Before we have to end on a really strong note.
Yeah, I mean I know things come up and we've got kind of a little rotation, but
this is new.
Yeah, it's a good opportunity to keep doing this. So next weekend, next Friday, we hope to see some more faces.
Well, it's an opportunity for you to really get the viewers to know you a little bit.
An individual opportunity.
Yeah, individual opportunity. So he does an excellent job. So keep up with Connor and all he's doing at Gridiron Football. And make sure to keep up with all of our beat writers and what we do because we have like 9 articles every single day. And then we're all over. It's not just our website. You're actually watching us on YouTube. So like, subscribe to our YouTube channel. On Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, you name it. We're there. I mean, our motto, all football all the time. So we got something for you every single day. So make sure to keep up with us here at GridironFootballUSA.com. Well, guys, hope you enjoyed the show. Thanks once again, Connor, for stepping up to the plate. Literally, and coming here and doing an excellent job. And then also another shout out to our cameraman, Cameron Saniglia, working the camera and, giving his buddy some help here today. So appreciate these guys and what they do. Next week, one more plug. We'll have the Chase with Jace next week. Another chance. If you haven't checked the last or this week's show, make sure to do so. We do the show every Wednesday. We talk some LSU football. I've talked about the spring football so far. And then this next show, we'll talk about the spring game coming up and what's expected. And then we'll have a football huddle, of course, next Friday. And then we'll have a special Monday show, too, talking about the upcoming camp. Well, for Connor Pedersen, I'm Jace LeJeune. Hopefully you all enjoyed the football huddle, and we'll see you all next time, next Friday, on the football huddle. Have a good weekend, everybody.
Sweet.
All right. Yep.